Ladies and gentlemen and children, Happy Purim! I'm sure you've heard the Megillah being read many times over the years, and I'm sure you think you know the story of the victory of the Jewish people, but I'm not sure you've heard it told the way you're about to hear it. You see, this Purim is different to all Purims. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. A long, long time ago, in a faraway place,
Welcome everyone. Our story takes place in Persia, over 2,000 years ago. As usual, the Iranians weren't being very nice to the Jews. It was the end of an amazing 180-day party. It was lockdown 2021. But did anyone care? No, they didn't. Nobody was wearing a mask. The food wasn't quarantine wrapped, and there wasn't a single bottle of alcohol rub to be found anywhere.
Achashverosh called for his wife Vashti.
Vashti!
But she was not impressed with people flouting the law.
It's a virus, you know!
She said, and she just refused to go.
Don't worry, nobody will find out.
But it's being live streamed on Facebook!
Yes, King, and on YouTube too.
All the guests stopped live streaming the event on Facebook and YouTube real quick by order of the king, but Vashti still refused. The king had taken care of her.
So now Ahasuerus was bored, the party was over, his wife was dead, and the quarantine police were sniffing around his gaff. He needed a new wife. His past record wasn't impressive, so girls were not really flocking to be Mrs. Ahasuerus.
So the king decided to have a beauty pageant.
Anyone who wants to be the new queen, please come and see me, King Ahasuerus. Hi, King. How about me? Too small. Hi, King. How about me? I'm pretty. Yeah, you're right. Pretty ugly. Here, take this and get out of here.
Hi, king. How about me?
I mean, you're a bit too tall.
It seems that nobody was good enough for Ahasuerus.
Now, there was a man named Mordecai who was good. He kept the law. He did go to the minyan, but that was as loud as long as you socially distanced and didn't stay for the Kiddush. Actually, there wasn't even a Kiddush. Anyway, Mordecai had a niece named Esther, and she was very beautiful. And she was eventually abducted and brought straight to the king's palace. Not good. It seemed that Esther was about to become the next queen of Persia.
Uncle Mordecai,
yes, Esther,
what are you doing?
I'm just practicing the Megillah for Purim.
Makes sense. Uncle Mordecai, I just wanted to thank you for bringing me up.
No, it's my pleasure, Esther. Your family, this is where you belong.
But I've got something on my mind.
What's
Have you heard
bothering
the
you?
news about that beauty contest?
Oh, of course, I heard about Ahasuerus' wife was like, and now he's after a new wife. Well, I don't know, but someone's going throughout all of Persia, checking out all the pretty girls to find a new wife for Ahasuerus.
I really don't want to go.
No, you need to be here at home with me and family. This is where you belong.
Of course.
The king's palace is not the place for a Jewish girl.
No, of course not.
Oh.
Uncle Mordecai, what
Open
is
up! It's a king's guard!
We're in
What?
quarantine.
We're quarantining now. Well, what do you want?
King Ahasuerus has ordered that all the women of Persia come to the palace immediately.
But I'm not a pretty girl.
No, the person behind you.
There's no one behind me.
I can see her.
It's just a picture.
You must come with us
No.
immediately.
Who's this?
No exceptions.
What?
Let's go. Take our way to the
short one and
palace.
the big one are taking you away. No, don't go.
Go.
Don't tell them you're Jewish. I'll email you.
I'm so annoyed that I know girls aren't good enough for me. Guards!
Your Majesty?
Have you found any new girls for me?
Yes, her name is Esther Hadassah.
And is she a good girl?
Yes.
Then bring her in.
Come with me. Bow.
Your Highness.
What is your name?
Esther.
And where have you come from?
Around the corner?
You will be my new queen.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. Bow. I now pronounce you Queen Esther of Persia. Have your seats. Have your throne next to me.
One day, Mordecai noticed two of the king's guards, Bigsan and Teresh, chatting. Not only were they not wearing their masks over their noses while standing 1.5 meters apart, they were also plotting to kill the king.
Hey, I think we should kill the king. Good idea. He's always coming out with crazy rules. He's getting worse than Boris. Yes.
My goodness, the king's in danger.
Mordecai then got word to Esther, explaining the whole situation, how the guards were plotting to kill the king. Esther was in absolute shock. Esther then got word to Ahasuerus. The king was saved. It was all logged in an online report, but eventually the matter was forgotten.
Things started to look better. A date was at the pub to open, till out of nowhere, Haman appeared on the scene. He didn't care for anything much except himself. Everyone must bow down to me, including you, Mordecai. There is no way on earth I would bow down to you. You're an idol around your neck, and you refuse to get vaccinated. No way in a million years I would do such a thing. Ugh, I wish he had responded to the NHS text now. Anyway, I'll now complain to the king about Mordecai and the Jews. I'll set a date in the calendar for them to be wiped out. I'll choose this date with a lottery. And so he did. He chose the 13th of Adar to kill all the Jews.
Well, Mordecai hears about the plot and tells Esther she must go to the king and beg for mercy.
Esther, you must go to the king.
But I haven't been invited. He's not going to be happy.
Don't worry about that. He's always in a grumpy mood. And this is really important.
Esther doesn't really want to, as she's nervous since she hasn't been invited. Mordecai tells her she must, and she does, but as long as the Jewish people fast for 3 days.
Ahasuerus is happy to see Esther, but senses her nervousness. He asks her if everything is okay. Esther, my lovely, beautiful wife, what is bothering you? Are you upset that season 5 of This Is Us has come to an end?
No, my dear Achi, it isn't that. There'll be another season.
So what is it?
I'll tell you. But I need you to arrange a little soiree with just you and me and that awful, that loyal advisor of yours. Haman.
The servants go into cleaning overtime as they suddenly realise that Haman is not in an official bubble with the king and the queen.
Haman is really happy to be invited. It had been a while since he had been out and he needed to take a break. Haman, where are you? I need you. It's already late at night. Come on. Come on. Haman, I've been looking for you everywhere. What's so bothering?
It's Mordecai. He won't bow down to me.
Why?
Because he only believes in Hashem. I don't understand him.
Idea. Why don't we make a gallows and hang Mordecai on it?
Oh, yes, this is a plan Cruella of Deville couldn't even come up with. You are a genius, wife. Genius, I say. Genius.
That night, the king couldn't sleep. He'd watched just about everything on Netflix and now needed something else.
Hey, you guard! Bring me something to read.
Sure, anything in particular?
Bring me the MacBook.
Scrolling through the palace records, he read that Mordecai had saved his life, but nothing had been done about it. Just then, he happened to spot Haman lurking around.
Hey, man!
He called.
Yes, sir.
What could we do for the men the king wishes to honor?
Let him ride on the king's horse and wear the king's special mask.
Great. Do all that for Mordecai.
Yes, sir.
Haman, feeling tricked, was to lead Mordecai through the town on the king's horse. I thought the king wanted to honour me. Haman moaned to himself, if only I had known. As Haman was walking along, his daughter spotted the scene from her window, and thinking it was Mordecai leading her father on the horse, she poured a bucket of leftovers out of the window, and with her remarkable aim managed to hit her father with the whole lot. Well, this just showed that Haman didn't exactly raise the most Megillat family in Shushan. Far from it. Haman went home humiliated and stinking. He was about to jump into the shower when he suddenly realised he had to get to the palace for his evening meal with the king and queen.
Party night finally arrives. Haman wears his best mask, takes a socially distinct seat, and tucks into the meal.
So Esther, what's up?
Asks Haman.
Haman, is everything okay? You haven't been yourself since walking Mordecai through the streets. Are you alright?
No, I loved walking Mordecai through the streets. I got more steps on my health pass. I got 10,400 steps that day. So Esther, what's up? Are we still using that app anyway?
No, I took the signal.
Anyway, Haman plans to kill all the Jews. Esther finally reveals Haman's plan to kill Mordecai. The king is furious, as you can imagine, and orders that Haman be hung on the same gallows that had been prepared for Mordecai. Luckily, they hadn't been used for 48 hours, so they didn't require any wipe down.
Now Ahasuerus was cool with Mordecai and Esther. They asked him to annul the decree, but the king said what has already been written cannot be changed.
Mordecai, I want to thank you for saving my life. I can see now that you guys are amazing, and that Haman was, a big troublemaker.
But King, there is still a decree with your stamp on it for the Jews to be killed. Can you change this?
No, I'm afraid I can't. It seems it would be easier to change your gas and electric supplier. What is gas and electric? This is very difficult.
So what can we do?
I will give you permission to defend yourselves.
The king gave them his ring, and they sent letters with the king's seal to all the Jews, saying they have the right to defend themselves if they are attacked.
The Jews managed to organise their defence. Those in the local province fought until the 13th of Adar and so celebrated on the 14th, while the Jews in Shushan fought until the 14th and so celebrated on the 15th. But Haman's sons were not happy.
Hey, what's going on here? Get your hands off of me!
Are you Haman's 10 sons?
Who's asking?
Police!
In that case, no one here but us chickens.
Open up! We know you're in there. We're going to do registration. Pashandata!
Yes!
Dalphon!
Yes?
Asparta!
Yes.
Parata!
Yes!
Adalia!
Yes!
Aridata!
Yes.
Parmashta!
Yes.
Arisai!
Yes.
Aridai!
Yes.
And Vaisata!
Yes.
What do you think you are all up to? You know you're not supposed to be mixing bubbles. You know you're not supposed to be mixing or plotting to kill the Jews.
We're just hanging around chatting.
Oh, I don't know about chatting, but you'll soon be hanging.
Haman. Haman's sons were hanged on the gallows too. Nobody really missed them. A right nasty bunch.
Mordechai, we need a new festival. Yes, Esther, good idea. It's Pesach in a month. We need to make a special one. Pesach, I need to start cleaning the banners. Don't worry, this festival needs lots of food.
Don't worry about that now.
Nah.
I think this festival needs lots of food. Great. Everyone should have a meal. And we shouldn't forget our friends. Let's give them more food, and poor people should also get money to help them buy food also.
And will people remember the story with I see I'm working behind the scenes? Good question, Esther. Every year the story should be read out aloud to the whole community, a Megillah reading. And what should we call this festival? Purim!
And so Purim was established every year. From then on, the Jewish people keep 4 mitzvot as they celebrate Hashem saving them from Haman's plot.
To hear the Megillah. To send food to friends and money to the poor.
And to have an amazing meal.
In the end, Mordechai became a high-ranking politician, a good one, who was respected by his people unlike other politicians who aren't. He didn't give up on doing the right thing, and eventually that paid off. He always used his position of power to take care of all aspects of the Jewish people's lives. Mordechai and Esther go down in history as the greatest leaders in Jewish history. Their selfless dedication saved the day and gave us the most enjoyable and fun holiday on the Jewish calendar. And everyone lived happily ever after.
لا يهودم لا يهودم هاي سايرا أيرا بسمخة بالسايم بيكار لا يهودم لا يهودم هاي سايرا أيرا بسمخة بالسايم بيكار لا يهودم لا يهودم هاي سايرا أيرا بسمخة بالسايم بيكار لا يهودم لا يهودم هاي سايرا أيرا بسمخة بالسايم بيكار Because